Hello, hello there. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Or if this is your first time, Katrina Marie here, your holistic business coach, your biz bestie, and your fierce leader. Welcome to another Daily Dose of Vitamin D3 episode. This is where I am showing up in your day, offering you some insights, some words of wisdom and encouragement, and definitely I'm going to show up as a little bit of sunshine in your day. This is where we are having deeper dive discussions, okay? If you're new here, maybe you don't know this, but if you've been following me, you do know that we have a themed episode every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. And this is where we are having stimulating and enlightening conversations. Today is Money Moves Monday. And what's important about today is that we need to make real boss moves, okay? We need to make real money moves, not just half-stepped money moves. We need to do the damn thing. So we're already in March, believe it or not. March of 2025, okay? Unbelievable, right? Time moves quickly. And some of you may be stuck in a rut right now. You may be working at a job you hate. Can't stand the job. You're ready to get out of your 9-to-5, your job, because it's keeping you just over broke. You're ready to get out of your career, period, out of corporate America, and you have not yet hit your revenue goals. Maybe you've already started a business, but you're not making consistent revenue. Maybe you're a seasoned entrepreneur and you're making some revenue, but you don't have enough to keep money in your pocket, right? It's about the profits that we keep, not necessarily just the revenue we make. And of course, now we have some guy here who's a blower. So I might have to move the car so that you can hear me, because that's going to be some background noise that I wasn't prepared for. So if that's the case, not a problem. But for now, let's keep this thing moving. So I want to just, if you're stuck in a job that doesn't light you up anymore, it just makes you feel still stuck and stagnant, you are ready to make real money moves, okay, and boss up in your business and your life and really be the CEO of your brand, your business, and your life. We're going to talk about exactly the steps to take in order for you to do that, okay? I'm literally going to give you a step-by-step process so that you can take radical action as soon as we are done here on this live stream, okay? Hello to those of you popping in. Thank you so much for saying hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And also, let me know if you are working a 9-to-5 right now and or working a 9-to-5 while you're trying to start and grow a business, or if you're a full-time seasoned entrepreneur. Oh, wow, from Berlin. Hello to you. All right, great. So let's get into it, okay? We want to turn our passion into profit. And so we're going to give you, so go ahead. I'm going to be dropping these gems. I need you to be writing this down, or go ahead and prepare to come back and watch the replay. And then you can make comments as we go in the chat if you're live here, or if you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comments as well what is going to be hitting home with you, okay, as we kind of walk through these steps. And if you have any clarifying questions, all right? So thank you for the love. Really appreciate it. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to be discovering your passion, all right? So you've got to be able to discover and uncover your passion and reveal to yourself, if you don't already know, what you are most passionate about. See, what's happening right now, many of you have not hit your revenue goals, and we are already at the end, and we're at the last month of the first quarter of this new year. And then we're going into Q2. If you haven't yet hit your goals, you will definitely need to figure out a way to get a quick cash injection so that your business is not failing. Your business is not suffering, right? Even though sometimes I know we can get comfortable in our cushy corporate careers and we feel like, well, I got a consistent paycheck coming through, and so I'm not hard pressed for making this business work. But you should be. And the reason why you should be is because these jobs are not loyal. They are laying people off left and right. And we need to make sure we are always prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that means we need to have multiple income streams, and we need to learn how to turn our passions into profit, not just allow, we're not doing this as a hobby, right? We want this to not be an expensive hobby for us. You want this to be a real business so you can really grow a company and expand your brand and actually build an empire. So you've got to start thinking, even though you're a small business, you've got to start thinking like a big business. Like, what would a big business do? Okay, and I can't even coin that. Somebody actually has that termed that very phrase coined already, like they have it trademarked, but it's so true. Even if you're a small business, you got to think big, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is you've got to identify your passion. What is it? Do you know what that is already? Go make sure you get a pad and something to write with so you can start thinking about this, brainstorming. I want you to auto dump what's in your brain, and I don't want you to take a lot of time doing this. Don't think too long and too hard about this, because you already know what's in your mind, what's in your heart. What lights you up? What is the thing that you do easily and effortlessly? What is the one thing that you would do that no matter what, you would be willing to do it even if nobody paid you for it initially? Like, you love this thing. You absolutely love it, and you can't see yourself doing anything else but this thing. What is that? Okay? And if you have more than one and you're kind of stuck and you're like, gosh, but I like so many things. I understand that, because many of us as human beings, we are multi-passionate, multi-talented, right? Multi-dimensional human beings, right? And so you may have a lot of talent, you may have a lot of things you're passionate about, but what I don't want you to do is have this thing where, you're trying to work on a multitude of things, and then you're the Jill of all trades and the master of none. We've got to get crystal clear about the one thing we're passionate about, and let that be the thing that we connect to a profitable problem. Our passion and our purpose needs to be connected to a profitable problem so we can get paid doing the thing that we love. So let's go ahead and start jotting down let's have a brainstorming session. Okay, this is what you could do on your own. I'm just giving you the steps. What are the things that you love to do that you can list right now, just without thinking too long and hard about it, that you already know you love doing? That's the first thing. Now, if you need help with that, there are lots of personality tests that I always guide my clients through this process, but I also, one of the things that I share with them on what they can do to discover what they're passionate about and where their strengths lie, okay, and what really matches their personality, that is for them to take a personality test. Now, oftentimes when you work in corporate America, okay, you usually, especially if you have a professional job, right, you usually will have had, your employer will have had at some point in your career, you to take at least one aptitude or personality test or some sort of, test that aligns with where you are and where your strengths lie, right? If you've already done that, refer back to that. Those are very scientifically based. They're very spot on, and they will read you like you wouldn't even know how to read yourself, okay? They will show you exactly where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, where you need to improve, what you love to do, what you can turn into, what's a hobby for you versus what would be a really great career for you, what you can do as a business. If you've not yet taken a test like that, I would highly recommend, there's quite a few out there, okay? But just to give you, let me move my glasses, just to give you an idea, there's Strengths Finders, there's Myers-Briggs, there's several versions of the DISC assessment test. There are many, many versions that you can actually take a personality test, and then it will literally tell you everything you need to know about yourself and what you need, what you can be considering, what you can think about as far as, what lights you up and what makes your heart happy. Okay, so start there. And then I want you to imagine yourself like spending hours at a time. Like, say, for example, you were someone who, when you were in school, you like doodled all the time, right? You were always the kid who maybe was in trouble because you weren't always paying attention. You would zone your teacher out, and you were like so not interested really in what they had to say, or you would listen and then you would just, your mind would go somewhere else and you were just doodling, right? And then as you got older as an adult, perhaps that turned into you now loving to tinker around with graphic design. Well, so if that might be a really good indicator as to something you're passionate about, because it is the thing you keep coming back to. You can remember as far back as you can go as a child, all the way up to where you are as an adult, and you're like, you know what? I've always loved to speak. I've always loved to write. I've always been natural at doing hair. I've always loved to draw. I've always loved to cook. Cleaning has always been my thing. Like, whatever it is for you, You know, maybe you're really great at that thing and you've been doing it for quite some time, and that is the thing that we need to focus on and hone in on your zone of genius so that you can start learning how to get paid doing that. Okay, so that's one example. The second thing we need to do, okay, this is the next step, or this is still within the same step, but it is the next step in the process. Okay, so we need to test the market. So I am all about the pre-sale. First of all, let me just share with you, in case you're not familiar, what I do. I'm a holistic business coach and an RN health and wellness educator, and I teach women over 40, women of color, and women of the LGBTQ plus community who are in the corporate arena. You're established, you're a successful corporate professional, you're ready to leave the corporate, you know, the 9 to 5, you leave your job, a toxic job, hostile work environment, or what have you, and start and or build a service-based business that's in alignment with your passion and purpose, right? But you also want to prioritize your health, healing, and happiness. That is a very specific niche. So we got to get clear on our niche. But you know, as we're discovering our niche and our strengths and what it is we love to do, what ignites us, what puts a spark or lights our fire, right? Like, what is that thing? Once we know what that is, we need to be really crystal clear in what the market demands. So don't go out there and start trying to like build up things that people aren't asking for or what they don't need. Okay, I made that mistake in business and I had no idea. I went by what I thought my clients wanted, right? Or potential clients wanted. And those aspects of my business, the first iteration of my business, that failed horribly. Okay. And I don't know, I look a little dark over here. Like I'm not even in the shade, but for some reason the light is just seems like it's moved behind me, and so I might have to turn around here shortly. And then of course I got this loud blower behind me, so excuse the background noise, and if I sound like I'm yelling, that's why. I'm trying to talk over his blower. Okay, so test the market. Make sure you're validating what people are needing and what they're asking for. How do you do that? Well, if you're a coach and consultant, go ahead and get your coaching and consultant services out there really quickly. Like quick, okay? Like we don't have time to waste. We want to make sure that we are, and I'm trying to see where I can go where there's actually a little bit of shade because it is starting to get hot over here and this guy is killing me with the blower. But listen, okay, let's just keep going for now because I don't want to take up too much time here. And I want to be able to hear myself think as well as talk. All right. So test the market, get your thing out there to the market. Now, I focus on service-based businesses, but say, for example, you do have a product base to build and grow a business that is in the startup phase, or, you know, if you're a product-based business, unless you're willing to pair it with a service-based business. If you're willing to work in duality in that way, that's the only way I'm willing to work with you. But I can still give you an example. So say, for example, you do have a product, or you're in, you know, and you're an artsy kind of craftsy person. You can put your stuff out on the market of, say, like a platform like Etsy, right? Or Pinterest, and you can see if people are willing to buy whatever it is, whatever your product is, that way. If you're a service-based business, though, you literally just need, say, for example, you're a coach or consultant or some sort of service provider. You literally just need to, that feels so much better. Okay, you literally just need to create like a calendar, and like you can do this on Calendly, okay, or Acuity scheduling. I personally like Acuity, but I've used it for years. But there's others out there. Calendly is another one. You can just do your research and figure out what's going to be best for you. But you would take that. I would get the paid version, okay? It doesn't cost a lot at all. You can do a month to month, or you can pay for the entire year. But either way, the reason why you want the paid version for either of those platforms is because you want to be able to link those to your Stripe account and your PayPal account. And the only way they're going to allow you to do that is if you're paying for it. Now, certainly I'm trying to think if I don't remember if I have one for either of those, but either of them are very easy to work and get paid, you know, prior to people booking with you. Okay, because you want people who are serious action takers, not ones who's kind of playing around with your schedule. They may or may not show up. They don't really know if this is something they want to do. No, we need people who are serious, fast action takers, solid decision makers. That's called leaders, right? So those are the kind of individuals we want. So we want to pre-qualify them. So you would quickly do like a pre-screen form, have them answer a few questions, book a call with you, and then they would pay for that call before, after they fill out their information and before they get on a call with you. That then secures the spot, and you would just test the market that way. That validates your whatever it is you're selling and whatever it is you're serving, right? Because they're willing to pay for it. You understand what I'm saying? We're testing it through sales. Okay, so if people are buying your product and service, that's a great way to test the market and validate it. You can also do a pre-sale. Now, I've got videos here where I'm talking more in depth about pre-sales, but basically pre-sale is the thing that you're selling it before you actually do, like, fully build it out, right? So if you have a package or service, or like a workshop that you're doing, or like a program that you're putting together, you don't want to build that all the way out, right? You want to see if people are willing to buy it based on a skeleton framework that you create. And then from there, you're able to put that out there and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is who it helps. This is how I serve you. These are the benefits of my program or package. And if you're interested in working with me, here's the link. Here's my sales page. Here's my opt-in form. Here's my landing page. And let them go and read more about you, okay, about what it is you're selling. And if they purchase, then those are ways in which that's a great indicator that you are actually able to sell it before you build it out. You feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay, let me know if you're on here still, if you can still see me, because I may need to move into a better spot if you can't. From my end, it doesn't look very clear. I don't know why, but let me know. Anyways, I'll keep going unless I see otherwise. Okay, the next thing we need to do is build our business model. What do I mean by that? How are we getting paid, right? How are we getting paid? Okay, I'm gonna move my car, okay, because I can't hear myself. All right, so hang on, give me a minute. All right, let's see if this is gonna be any better. Is that better? Okay. Let me back up a bit. I parked real funky. I need to make sure we're good here. Okay. Okay. Now, that's better. Hopefully the noise will be less. Okay, now I can see myself better. That was really bothering me. Okay, now, so we need to figure out how we're going to get paid. That's what a business model is basically saying. And there are several ways we can get paid, right? There's low ticket, there's high ticket, there's mid-tier, you can have a whole product suite and mix and match it. Like, there's a whole way, lots of ways you can get paid, right? You can get paid through low ticket digital products. I would recommend, if you're going to do that, to have a bigger high ticket item on the back end, because that's your real, like a premium priced offer, because that's how you really get the money, right? So sometimes, when you're looking from the outside in, you don't realize that people who are making a lot more money than you could ever imagine, this is what they're doing, right? You only see the tip of the iceberg. You don't see what's below the surface. So you're assuming that they're just showing up online like this, telling people to buy a thing, and then the people buy it, a low ticket item, and they're catering to the masses. And that couldn't be further from the truth. What they're doing instead, the ones who know what to do, right, the ones who have a more effective business model, is they're having a low ticket item, but on the back end, they're definitely selling people or upselling them into a premium priced offer, or a high ticket offer, or a high end offer. Those are all used interchangeably. Either way, all the ways work if you're willing to work them, okay? All the ways work if you're willing to work them. So that's what we got to figure out first. So you want to be able to structure out your business model. All right, so you're going to outline how to monetize your passion. Okay, how to monetize your passion. Now, I want you to consider different revenue streams, because you might be a service-based business, you might be a product-based business. Again, I exclusively serve women, okay? I help women, but this can be applicable to you as well. If you are a product-based business, this can apply to you as well. And I'm giving examples of both so that you can also get value from this video, okay? Because I don't want to leave anybody out, but I do want to focus on the people that I exclusively cater to, okay? And as I said at the beginning of this video, it's women over 40 who's in corporate America looking to transition out and start or grow a business at scale. Okay, so for example, if you love cooking, and I gave that example earlier, right? If you're somebody like me who loves to cook, you know how somebody might say to you, many people may have tasted your cooking and love your cooking, right? Your family, your friends, everybody loves your cooking. You've been cooking for years. You're great at it. You specialize in a certain thing. People might have been encouraging you to, girl, get a restaurant, right? You should start a restaurant. I mean, you would be so good at this. But maybe you don't have the capital to do that yet, right? It's quite expensive to actually start a restaurant business, right? The overhead is so costly. It's a lot that goes into that. Maybe you don't want to go through that rigorous process right now, right? And maybe you're not able to, you're not in a financial position to. So we oftentimes think of going from, starting from ground zero to, being the tallest building, on the block. It's like, no, we can't go from 0 to 100 that fast. We can't just scale that quickly, right? Nothing happens overnight like that. We have to get in position first, and we got to groom and prepare ourselves to be ready. Okay, so maybe you can start on a smaller scale. Like, how about just start a YouTube channel, for example? Start doing some live streams and showcasing your talents and your abilities to make whatever it is you make, right? Whatever it is you specialize in. And then as you start to get an audience who's tuned in and really bought into what it is you're pushing out, then what you can do next is say, okay, I have an audience now. Let me take it a step further. Maybe, so say, for example, you started off with just a weekly show, and over time you built that up, and now you're doing it 2 to 3 times a week, and now you're getting more people interested in what it is you're selling, and they're like, or what it is you're cooking up, and they're like, oh my gosh, I just love the way she, puts that together. I love the way she presents her food, the presentation. I love the way she bakes that cake, or the ingredients she uses, or the way she handles the food, or whatever, right? I love her personality as she's cooking and conversating with me. She's actually giving me ideas on how I can do this very thing with the meals I make. Like, whatever that thing is, like, put that out there. Once you have the attention of people, and say, for example, you have a special sauce, a secret sauce that makes your main dish, your main entree, like, it's just yummy. It does it, okay? Like, it's doing it, okay? Like, it makes the meal. Bottle that up, okay? Bottle up your secret sauce and start selling that. That's how you can now pair your service-based business with a product-based business, right? Because now you're bottling up the product that and then you can cook for people. You can, like, bottle this up, right? And then have several of these with you, and you can literally go around and maybe, partner up with local cafes, or you can tell people, hey, I do private cooking sessions or shows, or, every Friday, like, I can actually make you a plate, or I do meal prepping services, or I can actually cook right there at, if you're giving any kind of party, or you're having any sort of special event, or a certain, special occasion, I can come to your house. I have mobile services, and every Friday between these hours, I can be there, and then bring your special sauce with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just think outside of the box. You don't have to go right away to opening up a restaurant. You don't have to right away go to purchasing a food truck, because that can be expensive too. Like, you don't have to do these things first, okay? So these are ways in which you can test the market, and how you package yourself up, and how you also, start building an audience and putting your services out there, putting your products out there, validating through sales, and building, generating income in these ways, but also knowing very clearly what your business model is. You can always change it, by the way, but we got to start somewhere. Okay, now how do you promote this? Again, YouTube is a great platform for promoting not your ideas, but your ideas too, but your actual business, right? As you're building it out and getting feedback from your audience if you've got people tuned in, for sure. So you can just get online, you can do live stream shows like I'm doing right now. You can use the vertical view, you can use the horizontal, traditional way of how we do live streams. It doesn't matter. You can do pre-recorded videos, which I actually would say, like, if you're thinking about, coaching and consulting or cooking or anything like that, people really, especially if you're a healthcare provider, a therapist, a nurse, a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a personal trainer, if you're a certified health and wellness coach, if you're dealing in finances, if you are doing hair, if you are whatever it is you're doing, coaching and consulting of some sort, what I would venture to say is this: don't do a pre-recorded video in those cases, because in those examples, people want to really get to know you, and they want to ask you questions in real time, and they want to see you demonstrate and showcase your talents in real time. If you want people to know, like, and trust you, the fastest way to do that is by showing up live, okay? So they can get a feel for how you approach things, if you are approachable, what your personality's like, so they can interact with you. You can answer questions. You know what I mean? You want live interaction. It's just really I don't really like using the word best, because it is really a subjective word, but I would say it is the most effective way of doing business, or starting to gain trust with your audience, and make sure you're on a consistent cadence when you're doing so. Okay. Now, so you can get on, and I'm using YouTube obviously as an obvious example, because I'm on YouTube, right? You are on YouTube. You're watching me on YouTube. But there are other platforms, obviously, social media platforms. There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's whatever else is out there, right? I mentioned Pinterest earlier. If you're on X, whatever it is you're on, just utilize those platforms. But I would say YouTube is going to be your best bet. And if you have a really good title, SEO title, and one that is thought-provoking and it piques curiosity and all of that, and you're showing up, showcasing your work, people are going to come, okay, and watch and interact and ask questions and engage. And they will, if they know you're on a specific cadence, like you show up on every Wednesday at 11 o'clock, whatever coast you're on, those individuals are going to be dialed in, and they know when they can expect your next video to drop, or basically when you go live. So make sure you're consistent with that, all right? That's how you're going to promote it. You can show up on Instagram stories. You can, conversate with people in the DMs. Like, there's all kinds of ways. You can even use paid advertisement if you are already in a position financially to do that, if you understand how to use paid advertisement, or if you have somebody who specializes in this area who can help you. So you want to make sure that you're not wasting time trying to do a thing that you don't know how to do. Stay in your zone, in your lane, right? If you don't know how to run paid ads, don't run paid ads. Hire somebody who knows what they're doing, okay? Because otherwise you're going to be spending time with that steep learning curve when you can be mastering in what it is you're best at, what your craft actually is, and being the face of your brand and bringing in more clientele. So we don't want to waste time, spend time doing a thing that we don't know how to do, that is going to take away from, that's going to just add to those time consuming and tedious tasks that keeps us busy, bogged down, and eventually burns us out, right? So we don't want to do that. All right. The next thing is, we are, and I think I mentioned artwork too. So if you're somebody who knows, who's into art, that's another thing. I want to tap into a little bit of different industries, just because I know people have different interests. And since, I'm getting a broader audience here, even though I don't serve everybody, obviously, right? I still want to be helpful to those of you who are tuning in. Okay. Then you want to set up to scale your business. That means you're thinking about, how are you going to take what you started, what's now growing, and what you're setting up to scale, right? To expand. So once you establish a customer base, you want to explore ways to scale your business, right? So now we know what we want to do. We've tested the market. We've validated it through sales and pre-sales, right? Or actual sales. Pre-sales are actual sales. It just means you haven't built the thing yet. We have our business model, and we're now promoting it, and we're getting business, and we're growing from that. Now you want to think about how you can outsource tasks and automate and delegate so you can set yourself up to scale your business, right? So that you can bring in more customers, more clientele into your world. Now, by the way, throughout this process, you should make sure you are getting people off of these platforms, these social media platforms, your YouTube platform. You want people to get onto your email list. Why? Because not everybody's going to buy right away. Some people are, there's such thing as turtles and hares, right? Hares buy quickly because they know what they want. They are typically people who are not just problem aware, but they're solution oriented people. There are those who may know they have a problem, but they're not necessarily sure that this is the right solution for them, and they need a little bit more nurturing. So in those instances, you want to get people onto your email list so that you can condition them to know that you are the top choice and the number one choice and should be top of mind, and they shouldn't be thinking of any other brand or business or coach or consultant or other service provider other than you when it comes to what it is you specialize in. So you want to be building up and nurturing the relationship with these people. And the only way you can do that, not the only way, you can do it on social, you can do it on YouTube, but if these platforms ever shut down, made any changes, locked you out, disabled your accounts or anything of the sort, like it's happened to the best of us, okay? You want to always be well prepared so that people are able to still get value from you and still know when you have the next thing that you're selling, and they're already be bought in because they've already been listening to you, following you, you've already been emailing them and conditioning their minds to, you know, buy the thing you're selling or investing in the thing that you're selling, right? Okay. Then I mentioned earlier that you can partner with other people. Strategic partnerships are golden. So start building up those relationships, because it really is a lot to be said about your network being your net worth. That's not just a cutesy fancy thing to say. It really is some truth in that. Lots of truth. Build your network, build genuine relationships, get connected with the right people, start getting out there, talking to people, become visible, let more people know about you, what it is you're serving, what it is you're selling, who it is you support. Like, get in the rooms with the right people so that you can start getting, referred to people they know, if and get in front of your right ideal client avatar, and that you are able to really showcase your talents beyond social media, right? So that's really the things that I wanted to really point out. Now, here's the thing I want to say. If you're stuck in a 9-to-5 right now, we've got to learn how to move beyond the 9-to-5 paycheck and thrive in our businesses and our lives. And the way in which we do that, again, I will say it and again and again and again and again and again, we've got to start generating income through multiple revenue streams. And by multiple revenue streams, we're not needing to be hustling hard and doing a bunch of different random non-related industries to make the money. We don't need to do gig work and freelance work over here and real estate over here, selling plates on this day, hair on this day, coaching on this day. We need to make sure, we're not door dashing here and picking up people on this day, Uber lifting. No, we're not doing all the things and wearing all the hats. We're doing a thing that we can branch off of, okay, from that main income source with related things, okay? So for example, in my situation, I am a holistic business coach and RN health and wellness educator. I have a service-based business. Aside from this business, I branch off with affiliate links. I branch off with independent contract work as a nurse, right? To keep my skills up and my clinical skills strong, and and to keep my licenses active. And so I'm doing that. I have a book, right? I promote my book here. I have workshops. I have digital products. All of those are related to my one coaching business, You follow what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about multiplying income streams, creating different revenue sources, do not burn yourself out by trying to do all the things, okay? But we've got to get out of this paycheck to paycheck mindset, because again, these jobs ain't loyal. They will hand you your walking papers in a heartbeat. They do not care about what you're going through, what your situation is, if you are ready or not. Here they come, okay? They are coming for you. So nobody is exempt from that scenario. Don't think it won't happen to you, because a lot of people think that until it does. So don't be one of those people caught off guard when in fact you can actually be getting prepared right now and doing yourself a favor, so that if and when it happens to you, then you're already ready to do, you've already been building your business on the side, okay? We don't want to be hustling on the side as much as we want to be building sustainable businesses, okay? There is a season in life where you may have to hustle for a minute and take on side gigs, but let me tell you, I promise you, those will keep you broke long term. Those will keep you hustling hard and burning you and stressing you the hell out. This is not what we want to do long term. Build a sustainable business that is going to allow you to grow exponentially, right? And eventually leave that 9-to-5 job and leave that paycheck to paycheck gig behind, because that, my dear, is a gig, okay? So if you're ready to transform your life and turn your passion into profit, which is what we're talking about today, okay, I want you to follow these 5, I don't even know how many steps I gave you, felt like maybe 10, but follow these steps precisely, okay? And you can run back through this by just going back, to the beginning of this video, watch the replay, take notes, ask your questions in the comments. If you need any follow-up clarifying questions, any follow-up videos done, I'm happy to do it. Not a problem. If you do need a quick cash injection though, I want you to learn how to turn content into cash and make money fast, even if you have no team, limited time, and low tech skills. You don't need any of that, okay? What you need right now is figuring out how you can turn your content into cash so you can make some money. If you need a cash injection, go ahead. I'm going to leave the link below. It's in the description box, but I'll leave it pinned in the comments, and you can watch my Plan, Position, and Profit virtual webinar. It's a 3-hour workshop, okay? It will give you everything you need to succeed in doing just that. And if you want to hop on a call with me, you can feel free to book the call as well. I will make sure that that is also in the pinned comments below if you need specific help with your case, your scenario, your situation, because everybody's situation is different. And I'm more than happy to offer you a customized roadmap, a blueprint, a customized plan to help you execute and get to your next level. All right. So I don't think I have any announcements today. Let me make sure. I usually type in my announcements here and just kind of make me a quick note, because sometimes I'll get off the live stream and I'll be like, darn it, forgot to mention that. So, but I don't think anything else is what I wanted to share other than just monetizing you, your talents, your God-given gifts, your educational background, and making sure that you are monetizing you, okay? Because now, look, I show up pretty clear now. All this time, I don't feel like I've been clear at all, but now I show up nice and clear. Well, that's okay. Hopefully you heard the sound of my voice the whole time and also saw my face, so that you can make a connection with me here. But I do hope this has been valuable to you, and if you're getting value from these episodes, do let me know. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, okay? I'm dropping these gems every single day, Monday through Friday, and you can always come back and watch the replay. I also drop 3 new videos a week, every 3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So check those out, and definitely share this video out with at least 3 people you know, okay? I'm going to tune out while you tune in. Share this video out with at least 3 friends. As always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.